Giving you the perspective and insight from top political insiders every afternoon. This is Montreal Now on News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
Hello, I'm Nancy Davis.
Hello, Nancy Davis. I'm Ron Reagan.
It's you.
I'm running for governor, and I would like your vote.
I forgot your name.
Do his initials help, RR?
Honey, Roy Rogers is here, and he's running for governor.
Welcome to your life.
There's nothing a retired governor can do.
All right,
but
that's
a president.
That's a
Now,
great
he
line,
can
by
do
the
a
way.
thing or two.
That's a clip from the movie Reagan, which is in theaters now. I love that line, Richard Crouse. Hey, Roy Rogers is here.
It's the best line in the movie.
That's
I'll tell you.
fantastic. Richard Crouse, film critic, host of Last Call with Richard Crouse, running down some of the movies that are there. So this is about former U.S. President Ronald Reagan. And who is playing him here?
That's Dennis Quaid.
Right, okay.
And so you've got Dennis Quaid playing him from being a youngish adult, in his late 20s through till the end of Reagan's life. And, Reagan, there was no question, led a remarkable life. And if you look at, his young life, which is detailed here, through to his years in Hollywood, through to his political involvement as governor of California and then as president of the United States, it's remarkable. Reagan is not a remarkable movie, however. It tries to do too much, covers too much ground. I often wish, when I'm watching these big-scale biographies, I often wish that they would just choose one or two absolutely crucial turning points in the character's life and just really go all in on that. Talk to me or show me in this film, 2 hours of him negotiating to get the Berlin Wall pulled down and, fighting the Cold War in that way would have been something that you could really put some meat on the bone. What you have here is a look at, a very significant character in American history, but there's nothing new. There's nothing terribly interesting about the filmmaking. Dennis Quaid, I kind of liked. He's doing that thing that Dennis Quaid does sometimes. It's kind of a heightened performance. Think about him playing Jerry Lee Lewis in Great Balls of Fire, and you'll get sort of a picture. There's an exuberance to it that I think fits the public persona that Reagan had. I like that. I didn't love the movie.
Okay. Well, I mean, historically, it'd be nice for people who lived through that era to at least see the movie, but it's a shame it's not a better movie or a better performance. So,
well, you just don't learn anything new as well.
It's funny. I was thinking in my mind, when you said Dennis Quaid, like, who else would I have cast to play Ronald Reagan? I mean, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but that would seem like a kind of an odd choice, no?
Well, he looks enough like him.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah, he pulls it off. I mean, he is by far and away not the weakest thing in this film.
Okay. That is Reagan. It's in theaters now. Next up is a movie called 1992.
Yeah, this is set against the backdrop of the chaos that ensued after the Rodney King verdict came in that saw 4 Los Angeles police officers acquitted of brutalizing Rodney King, even though it had been captured on videotape. And that sort of sets the time and place. The actual stories, though, are about a character played by Tyrese Gibson, who is fresh out of jail. He's a former gang member, and he just wants to get on the straight and narrow to set a great example for his son. On the other side of town, you have Ray Liotta as another father. His son, played by Scott Eastwood, who in real life is Clint Eastwood's son, are baddies. They're planning a large-scale heist to steal the platinum that is used in making catalytic converters at a factory, and they're using the chaos of the city being in flames to pull this thing off, because they know the police are busy elsewhere. They are not going to be keeping their eyes on this factory. Trouble is, the Tyrese Gibson character works at the factory, and they come into a conflict. They're at loggerheads with one another. And the heist story here could have been taken straight out of, heists for Screenwriters 101. Like, there's nothing terribly new there. But I like the aspect of the fathers and sons and the contrast there. And this movie's been sitting around for a while because Ray Liotta passed away 2 years ago. But I will pay money any time to watch Ray Liotta in full-on Mad Dog mode with his eyes bulging and that vein in his forehead that pops out when he gets on a roll. He's interesting, possibly more interesting than the movie, but I gave it a thumbs up because of his performance.
So Ray Liotta from Goodfellas times Ray Liotta, that angry?
Absolutely,
okay.
yeah. No, he's a flamboyant actor, and he's a lot of fun to watch on screen. And even in something like this, which is fairly generic, he makes it less generic.
All right, what's up with this movie? It's called Out Come the Wolves. What is this?
This is a wilderness survival movie. Missy Peregrine, who's a Canadian actress who you can see on the big hit American show FBI. She's the lead on that show every week. She plays a woman who brings her best friend from childhood, who happens to be a man, up to a cottage to introduce him to her fiancé. They've never met. They're going to hopefully get along well. Then they'll go hunting. It'll be a lovely weekend, except they don't really get along all that well. And the best friend is kind of jealous. He says to her at one point, remember when we were kids and we said if we weren't with someone by the time we were 40 that maybe we'd give it a go? And she was like, we were like 12 years old then. He took it very seriously, and it is something that's bothering him. They go out hunting. A pack of wolves appears, and some things happen that makes her have to go into full survival and rescue mode. And this movie is more interesting before the wolves show up. This movie, when it's all about the characters talking, the shroud of jealousy that hangs over it like a shroud, that's when this movie, I think, works best. When it gets into the more grisly stuff, it's a bit more visceral for sure, but the real predators here are the characters, not the wolves. And that, to me, was the interesting part. Out
come the wolves. All right. So all those are in theaters. Let's close it off with a look at what's streaming out there that you like.
Only Murders in the Building is back. Disney Plus has put one episode up. It's the 4th season. All the regulars are back. Martin Short, Steve Martin, Selena Gomez, plus Meryl Streep is along for the ride this time. Looks like Zach Galifianakis, Eugene Levy, Eva Longoria. I'm sure there'll be other stars that join them. And there's another murder. And the first episode, is kind of more of the same. This time they go to Los Angeles. There's a movie being made about their true crime podcast. If you've been watching the show, you'll know all about that, where they solve murders, but only murders that happen in their very fancy apartment building in New York. And then when someone, a friend of theirs, goes missing, it looks like they have another case to deal with. So the first episode is fun. I've enjoyed the last 3 seasons, and I'm looking forward to more of this.
I heard 2 words, and I haven't watched everything more than one episode maybe, but I heard you mention 2 words which almost make me have to commit to watching, and those 2 words are Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis. Oh, right on.
I am all over Zach Galifianakis. What's that thing called? Between the Ferns? You see that
Between
thing?
Two Ferns.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and I think it actually gains strength because it's as short as it is. It leaves you laughing.
Often less is more.
Absolutely, no question.
Yeah, and Between Two Ferns, you can find it on YouTube. Check it out. It is the most awkward humor ever. Galifianakis is a genius. I will tell you one day my story about hosting an event with him. We do not have enough time.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold you to that. I will point out one thing for people who don't know what that's about. The hardest part, I think, for anyone who appears is keeping a straight face. To me, that's the most amazing part in watching him work.
Yeah.
Is that straight face and not losing it, because some of the stuff, I mean, you got to see it.
It's an interview show, and as someone who interviews people, he asks questions that just make the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, but I love it.
It's almost a shame that he doesn't get to interview politicians. It really is. He's talking to celebrities, but if there was a politician sitting in that seat, man, I would pay all kinds of money to watch that.
Me too.
Richard, thank you so much. You have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks,
Richard
Aaron.
Crouse, host of Last Call with Richard Crouse. You can find that, by the way, on iHeart if you want to check it out.